Let's do this. Subscribe to the channel. Yeah, sit down. Let me do this. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I go by the name of GODGOTHAM Gaming. Welcome back to the channel. The second channel. I try to get the thumbnail. Y'all see the title, and today we got something new, and this is Dan Cope. I hope I said it right, bro. Please forgive me. But I ain't saying it. I do not want to smoke. Please forgive me if I missaid. I do not want to smoke. But we got what is it? Is it Sentry or is it Sentry? Sentry, one of the two. Versus the GOAT. I mean, the Almighty. I mean, the GOAT. I mean, okay. Saitama. Who will win? I don't know who this guy is. I think he probably like one of the Marvels type guys. I believe so, man. I think he's a Marvel character. I don't know too much about Marvel characters, so this should be interesting. Intrigued. So you know I'm already here for it all. So anyway, how y'all day been? Y'all been doing good? I've been doing so. So you already know. Link is gonna be down in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for the man. I'm a slogan. I'm the greatest. And the worst I am. I got to get to okay, before we start predictions, I'm predicting that's Saitama might win. I'm predicting Saitama gonna win, but like I said, I don't know too much about this character, so I gotta see what he all about, man. Is he like another Superman? I don't know. I just gotta see who this guy is, who this character is, bro. Let's get it.
Saitama. Who wins? The Golden Guardian versus the Caped Baldy. One claims to be the most powerful being in existence, has even fought Galactus before, while the other clearly has no upper limit.
Wait, so did he beat wait, I often say wait, he can, so does that mean that he can beat like Superman? I don't know. Let me check.
But just does claims to be the most powerful being in existence, has even fought Galactus before, while the other.
But did he defeat him though? That's all I'm saying.
Clearly has no upper limits, but just does the whole hero thing for fun. So who's coming out on top here in an epic all-out fight? Let's get to it. So as we're getting started, just to clarify here, we'll be using a composite version of Sentry from Earth 616. So all the different variations of Sentry, including the Void, throughout the years, all compiled into one. And for Saitama, we'll be using feats from both the anime and the manga. That's where we'll be pulling from.
Manga.
Years ago, there was a superhero whose name was hailed above all others. Known simply as the Sentry, he inspired Angel to greater heights. He helped Spider-Man win a Pulitzer, was Reed Richards' best friend, and was the only man who could calm down the Hulk. One day, however, the world forgot about his existence, himself included. So who really was the Sentry? Well, Bob Reynolds was a man suffering from schizophrenia and used drugs to try and cope with his illness. At the same time, Bob happened to work for a professor who had been outsourced working on an amplified version of Captain America's super soldier serum. Drinking the serum intending to get high, Reynolds instead gained immense power, becoming the Sentry. However, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Bob's darker impulses soon took shape as a malevolent being known as the Void, and from there an eternal conflict began, with Sentry striving to be the world's most powerful hero, all while stopping the Void from destroying everything. And though he would try again and again, Sentry can never completely vanquish his demons. Sentry is a hero unlike any other, in that he's immortal, has absolutely no defects, and there isn't anything else like him in all of existence. He's said to contain the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns, and has been described as a godlike being, one of the most powerful beings in the universe. But has almost moved past that now. Now Sentry believes that he is everything. He can go anywhere, do anything. He's bigger than God. He has the power of the universe itself. Sentry is arguably the strongest hero in the Marvel Universe, as him matching World War Hulk in a hand-to-hand fight is usually seen as a lower showing for Sentry, and Sentry holding back. And Hulk on an average day can shake worlds with his strength. World War Hulk is Hulk at his angriest, where just him walking was enough to shake the world. And Sentry was able to match him in a fight and was holding back. And it only gets crazier from there. The Void has broken basically every bone in Hulk's body before. And Sentry was also able to fight against Immortal Hulk, the same Hulk that could put down Thor with just one punch. Speaking of Thor, Sentry has knocked out Thor in 2 punches while shaking the planet to its core. He's fought against and could beat a team containing Gladiator, Captain Marvel, Beta Ray Bill, and more. And then fought against the Avengers with Thor, Captain Marvel, and She-Hulk, and easily beat all of them. Sentry has destroyed moons and shattered planets and torn holes in the fabric of space and reality. His strength has no known upper limit. Sentry is also insanely durable, like to the point where he'll openly take punches to the face from World War Hulk to just amp himself up for the fight ahead. And when
he took that, but he bleed. When he was bleeding, wait a minute.
Like to the point where he'll openly take punches to the face from World.
Oh, see, he okay. See, he bleeding now. I'm just saying. I don't think Saitama probably might bleed from that though. If you take a hit from what is War Hulk, I don't know.
War Hulk to just amp himself up for the fight ahead. And when he decides to stop holding back, most of Marvel's heavy hitters can do absolutely nothing to him. Nukes don't faze him at all. He can survive entering the sun. Thor and his lightning doesn't put him down. You would think that Sentry is almost the unbeatable man. Funny enough though, that's not true. In fact, he's been killed more than once.
Oh, okay. See, okay. Well, we get some. Well.
Null has ripped him in half, and Thor managed to kill him in Siege. Although when Donny Cates,
so is he like a good hero or bad? I don't know.
Had Null kill Sentry, he later admitted that he knew basically nothing about merged Sentry at the time. So maybe we can throw that one out. And during Siege, you could argue that it wasn't as much Thor straight killing Sentry, but also Sentry fighting against the Void and basically committing suicide. Just suicide by Thor. Either way, I'm just trying to talk about Sentry's crazy healing factor. Like Thor splattered his head of Mjolnir, Sentry instantly regrew it. He's flown into the sun and automatically healed from everything. He's had his head blown off and again regrew it. He's even torn his own head in half just to basically show off. Even when Sentry,
so they do more. He like a broken character. Overall, it seems like he's a broken character, like a broken character.
Sentry did die at the end of Siege, he didn't actually die for good. His body rebuilt itself atom by atom, and he came back to life. But what's even more impressive is that Sentry isn't just able to heal from physical wounds, but almost metaphorical ones as well. Like Morgan Le Fay went back in time and killed Sentry, presumably before he ever even took the serum and transformed himself into Sentry, killing him and effectively wiping him from existence and removing him from the timeline. Sentry came back a few moments later. And then Molecule Man, the one guy who was able to match up against the Beyonder, who for the longest time was the most powerful being in all of Marvel, he took Sentry and disintegrated him on a molecular basis several times. And Sentry was able to come back each time, instantly regenerating himself on the molecular level and overcoming Molecule Man. And when it comes to Sentry, it's not just strength and durability and basic powers like that. Sentry has basically every single power in the book. He's got energy projection and eye blast, but also the ability to manipulate and absorb energy, create energy shields, or trap people in shields of energy. He can manipulate weather, manipulate darkness, and create tendrils of darkness that are enough to nearly kill the Avengers, completely dismantle the Hulk, and will also torture anyone it touches, giving them horrible images of their past and future. Sentry can devour souls. He's actually one of the world's most powerful telepaths. And one of the biggest things that Sentry has going
I never knew nothing about this character right here, bro. I don't know too much about like the Marvel people, so this is new to me.
For him is his matter molecular manipulation. Sentry actually believes that is one of the bases for all of his powers. And once Sentry learned that he had this power, he instantly defeated Molecule Man. Molecule Man, the guy who again was the only match for the Beyonder and could have a multiversal fight. The guy who could destroy the universe and was the source of all of God Emperor Doom's powers. Sentry beat him by using molecular manipulation, and he had just discovered that he even had that power. So yeah, safe to say that Sentry is probably the most powerful superhero that Marvel has ever created. And that's saying something.
So he's stronger than Superman? I'm trying to say, is he really stronger than Superman?
Saitama was once an ordinary man like you or me, trying to get by in a 9-to-5 world and make ends meet. But having always wanted to be a hero as a kid, Saitama began to train hard, doing 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and running 10 kilometers every day for 3 years. And as a result of all that training...
And look at that body. Look at that body. Look at goat. Look at the goat body.
2 things happened. 1, his hair fell out, and 2, he became so strong that he could kill any monster with just 1 punch.
Or maybe just with a flick. Like, I'm saying he goat though. He's the goat, bro. Like, he's the goat.
Which honestly really sucked. Since becoming strong, Saitama was able to be a hero as a hobby, but his overwhelming power denied him what he wanted most, a real fight, where he could go all out and push the limits of his strength. What's more, the world at large didn't seem to acknowledge his power, dropping him at the bottom of the hero ranks and attributing most of his efforts to others. In that time though, he's met and taught the Cyborg Genos, encountered all sorts of incredible monsters like Boros, Orochi, and Garo, and prevented massive cataclysms more than once. And though he doesn't make a big deal of it, turns out he's got some pretty good heroic instincts. So maybe this hero thing will work out after all. No matter how much you try, there are limits to your growth. God actually designed it this way, where each creature has to grow within certain parameters, and the mechanism to control that growth is called a limiter. Heroes work hard to develop their talents and gain incredible powers, or they enhance themselves with experimentation or cybernetics, or some are simply born with remarkable gifts. But Saitama is different. He was a normal person of ordinary birth with an ordinary lifestyle and no particular talent. Yet, just through sheer effort, he forced open his limits and demolished his limiter. He self-evolved, acquiring unimaginable, limitless strength. So strong that Saitama is able to effortlessly defeat powerful monsters and villains with a single casual punch. He's done this plenty of times. Pretty much every monster that Saitama runs across, well, he can destroy them with just...
And he did an elbow, bro. Imagine he did he had a new move called Serious Elbow, 1 hit. Like right there. Imagine if he got another move like Serious knuckle sandwich, like the knuckle sandwich. That might be brutal.
1 punch without even trying. And Saitama is always getting more and more powerful too, to the point where he's fought against a simulation of himself from just the day before, was able to take him out with one punch. He's destroyed a meteor that was threatening several country-sized cities with just one punch. He's jumped from the moon to the earth before, destroying a lot of the moon's surface in the process.
That's crazy.
And he's easily one-shot Monster King Orochi, whose body is durable enough to contain part of the Earth's core inside of him. Or his durability is so great that most punches thrown his way are just meaningless. They don't.
I said, yeah, like I said, he's a big tank. He's a big tank, like a real big heavy tank, bro.
Do a thing. They literally can't hurt him or affect him. And he's so fast. They can kill monsters and appear to be standing in place and having never moved, or dodge attacks and keep up with opponents so easily that he just thinks it's funny. And that's all when Saitama is barely even.
But imagine if Saitama ever gets serious too, man. Like I said, when he fighting Garu, man, I still believe he wasn't even at his full, because he was just fighting with one arm, bro. With one arm behind his back, bro. Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. Just imagine. And like I said, I feel like that was like, he probably giving like, what I'll probably say like 35 to 45%. That what I'm thinking, like he probably going like 35, probably 45% at the most.
Trying. If Saitama wants to, though, he can perform the Serious Series moves. In the Serious Series, Saitama is basically trying a bit harder and putting more effort into his attacks, unlike before. Still not even close to his upper limits, though. He's been able to one-shot Elder Centipede and obliterate evil ocean water with a serious punch, and he's deflected Lord Boros' collapsing star roaring cannon, which had the power to wipe away the planet's surface, with just one serious punch. And in the process, well, he split apart the atmosphere and killed Boros. Saitama is even so powerful that he could blow apart the Earth with just one punch if he really wanted to. It's just that he would never want to do that. And then there's his fight against Garo. Garo might not have started out as much compared to Saitama, but after having some power imparted to him by God, Garo became one of the most powerful beings in the universe, and was able to give Saitama the best fight he's ever had. And even then, Saitama was still able to win, and was fighting with just one hand.
One hand, bro. That's what I'm saying. One hand, bro. Just one hand, bro. This guy is goat. Yo, take the pacifier out your mouth, bro. Sorry.
But it's the most serious that we've ever seen Saitama, so let's take a look. During the fight, Saitama is pushed further than he's ever been before, and experiences an exponential growth rate in his powers that we've never seen before. It looks like a combination of emotional pressure and a worthy opponent gave Saitama the opportunity to tap into powers that, again, we've never seen before. He can destroy a moon with
serious, what is this? Serious killer moon, serious table flip, bro. I feel like if he can use this to his advantage on anybody, really, like this is all he got to use. Ugh. Bro, it's so much like deep logic stuff you can get into with this.
A serious table flip, a serious sneeze.
Like I feel like it's still like an accident. That wiped out what is that Jupiter right now? And Jupiter is a big, like another big Earth.
Blows away all the gas surrounding Jupiter's core. And he's able to send Cosmic Garo flying with each punch he lands. And all of Garo's powers, every technique at his disposal.
Oh, see, yeah, and also like Saitama
the best it can do is just destroy Saitama's clothes. And even though Cosmic Garo is literally copying all of Saitama's stats, Saitama is growing so fast in his strength, his speed, his durability, that Garo literally can't keep up. And still, none of this is near Saitama's upper limits. So, who wins here? Who's coming out on top?
See, see me, like I said, I don't know too much about the Central guy. I don't know too much about him, but I do believe he'll probably put up a fight with Saitama though. I don't think, but at the same time, Saitama, he can learn like some other people moves too now. Y'all saw the manga and stuff, like he could copy other folk moves too, just like that too now. So I feel like this project gonna be a never stop. I'm thinking this probably an ongoing non-stop battle till someone just say they give up and draw and they tired. That's how I'm seeing it. I think it might go like that.
Well, let's break it down. So it's kind of hard to determine who'd win in a fight when you're dealing with two heroes with no known limit, especially if one of them is meant to be a gag character, because it makes it dang near impossible to actually know just how powerful they are.
I think some people saying like he don't like when people be saying like what is the man one. They be saying, I see some things people saying like he don't like when people say that Saitama is a gag character. Like I don't know. It's just so much stuff, man. Like it's I say that because some people saying they see he like a gag like character. I don't know, man. I'm still trying to like I say gag or not gag, bro. I can't even. Okay, where'd I go?
But we'll try our best here. So the first thing that I kind of want to address is the idea of Saitama being a gag character, because even though he is, it's not necessarily.
Say like some people say he also like some people say he's not a gag character, but he more like a gag like or something like that. But then you got other people saying he God, what the other word is? It starts with a P, but I forget. It's kind of hard to explain.
In the way you might think. The joke isn't that Saitama can beat everything or everyone in just one punch. So if you believe that he can do that Hero of Sentry, well, I think you're probably wrong. Mostly because there have been powerful enough opponents who have been able to survive Saitama's punches before, at least for a little while. No, Saitama's gag is that he's an anime protagonist at the end of his series put in at the beginning of the series, where he's too strong to have a challenge. So therefore he's basically able to beat every opponent he runs across with just one punch. All this to say, even though Saitama's limiter has been broken, it doesn't necessarily mean that he has no limits to his strength and can instantly scale to any opponent and put them down with just one punch. It more means that he has limitless potential growth. The only thing holding him back is actually the world around him. He needs good fights and equal competition in order to grow and get stronger.
And I feel like that'll keep making Saitama keep growing and growing, like unstoppable, bro. Unstoppable, bro.
There's not much of that around him. It's like a world-class weightlifter being stuck with just 5-pound dumbbells. Only so much you can do. And that's why Saitama began to grow so exponentially more powerful during his fight with Cosmic Garo, because he had finally found an equal opponent, and so he could finally start truly getting stronger. Now, how does all this pertain to his fight with Sentry? Well, in Saitama's fight with Garo, he did several incredibly impressive things. Destroying a moon with one hand, destroying a huge part of Jupiter with
I still feel like an accident sneeze.
A sneeze. But the most impressive one was the Serious Punch Squared.
That destroyed. It didn't move. It destroyed billions of stars.
Where Saitama and Garo's fist clashed. And Saitama contributed half the force necessary to create a massive explosion and leave a hole in the universe.
He destroyed millions of stars, bro. Millions of stars.
Erasing countless stars, solar systems, potentially even galaxies. Wiped them from existence without a trace.
And you know what crazy? And then people still think I'm not trying to bring it up, but people still think that he can beat. I mean, people still think that Goku can beat him. I'm not trying to bring that up, but bro, come on. I am a Goku fan, Dragon Ball Z fan all the way, but bro, he can't beat this guy. He just can't.
Now, there have been plenty of attempts to try and quantify this feat, but general consensus is that it's somewhere between multi-solar system to multi-galaxy level in power. With how exponentially fast Saitama was growing in power during that fight, this isn't even near his limit. He well surpassed this. But if we're using a composite version of Sentry and Sentry at his best, well, he actually well surpasses this as well. I mean, he's destroyed planets all around him during his fights, and it was said that he was still holding back. And then, like, he's been
I feel like it probably just gonna be a draw, like a non-stop, never-ending battle. That's the best I can. That's the best I can get this right here. I love him, boy. Saitama, but bro, I think this is gonna be a non-stop going battle.
To fight against the Hulk, easily overpower the Hulk, even break every single bone in Hulk's body. But Hulk has had fights before where he's destroyed universes. He's shook the whole multiverse. And yet Sentry is powerful enough to leave Hulk terrified. Or Thor. Thor is strong enough to move 10 whole universes at the same time. But yet there have been several times where Sentry has just absolutely bodied Thor, and Thor isn't powerful enough to fight back. Sentry is capable of operating on a potentially universal scale. That's not even a stretch or an exaggeration. We haven't seen Saitama reach that level yet. However, it is still easy to make an argument for why Saitama wins here. Because this guy...
Well, also, you agree that Saitama win?
guy has power levels that we've almost never even seen before. He's never been injured. He's never truly struggled against an opponent. And when he did finally meet his equal,
he just keep growing and surpassing them. Just keep non-stop. That's why I be telling people that Goku cannot beat this guy. Oh my god.
Like legit his equal, Garo was copying all of Saitama's powers and stats, while Saitama just got more powerful, and got so much more powerful so quickly that he's able to defeat Garo, basically defeating
he probably didn't even realize that
himself and surpassing his own power levels from just a moment before. Meanwhile, we've seen Sentry get hurt. We've seen...
Yeah, see that I'm saying? Like, he got hurt right there. Saitama never, you know what I'm saying? Don't say Saitama, I saw the blood. So I know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he got hurt right here.
Sentry be overpowered. We've seen Sentry be beaten. Heck, we've seen Sentry be killed. It's pretty easy to argue,
but he can regenerate,
that Saitama can do all of that to Sentry himself, even if it might take a little while, and even if Saitama has to grow a bit in power throughout the fight. He can do it. He can beat Sentry. And I think that's a totally reasonable and logical argument to make. Saitama's limiter is broken. As he fights with Sentry for long enough, there will come a point where Saitama passes Sentry in power. Even if we grant Sentry his absolute craziest, high-end, universal level,
that's just gonna get Saitama more and more wanting to go, ready to go for more
strength feats. But I also think we can't overlook just how absolutely broken of a character Sentry is.
Oh yeah, he broken.
For starters, there's just his
he sound like he broken.
Ability and his healing. And
he can regenerate.
Talking healing like Lord Boros, where Saitama can overcome it. But Sentry's healing is in a whole other class altogether. Morgan Le Fay went back in time and killed Sentry, presumably before he ever even took the serum that transformed him into Sentry in the first place, effectively wiping him from existence and removing him from the timeline. Sentry came back a few moments later. and the Molecule Man took Sentry and disintegrated him on a molecular basis. And Sentry was able to come back, instantly regenerating himself on the molecular level.
But how long can he keep doing that though? Eventually he probably gonna get tired and keep doing that, you know what I'm saying?
And then of course there's Sentry's own molecular manipulation. And with this power, well, he was able to instantly defeat Molecule Man. Molecule Man, the guy who again was the only match for the Beyonder and could have a multiversal fight. The guy who could destroy the universe, is regularly seen and portrayed as a multiversal threat, and was the source of all of God Doom's powers. Sentry beat him by using molecular manipulation, Molecule Man's own shtick, and he had just discovered that he even had that power. And even though Saitama has an almost cartoonish ability to instantly copy an opponent's power and be better at it than them, Sentry had just learned this power and instantly beat a multiversal matter manipulator. So I don't know if I believe that Saitama will be able to just instantly beat Sentry at it. And there's really no way for Saitama to counter this from Sentry either, especially when Sentry is operating on this level. End of the day, it's real risky to say that Saitama would lose this fight, just because we have no idea how powerful he truly is. I mean, even in his fight against Garo, he was still just using one hand.
That's what I be trying to tell people, bro. Like, he fighting this dude with one hand. I still feel like he's holding back, because he's not trying to like defeat Garo. He just trying to like pretty much knock some sense back into him. So that's what I feel like he's doing
throughout the whole fight. In a few years from now,
so imagine if he really went serious on him. That's over with. But like I said, he was holding back because he didn't want to cause I guess he made a promise to the little kid, and you know what I'm saying. If you watch the manga, bro, you know.
Saitama will defeat God at the end of the story, and you'll look back on this video and think how stupid it is to say that he will lose to Sentry. But that hasn't happened just yet. And in my opinion, just my opinion,
okay, this your opinion.
If Sentry really wanted to, he could beat Saitama, based on how composite Sentry compares to Hulk and Thor and other characters. He's a physical match for Saitama, even as Saitama increases in power. And even if, let's say, Saitama is able to evaporate Sentry with a punch, well, Sentry has the ability to just instantly reform himself from sheer nothingness. On top of that, Sentry's molecular manipulation is a true ace up the sleeve. Sentry could erase Saitama from existence, or transform him into something else altogether, and Saitama couldn't do anything about it. Sentry wins. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. I know you're gonna have thoughts and feelings on.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man, this one here was a good one. Had the brain going, bro. Yeah, I still think Saitama will still win, bro. But like I said, that dude right there, Sentry or whatever. Like I said, I feel like it's gonna be an ongoing, non-stop battle between those two. But yeah, you already know. Link up in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe.